Good afternoon, evening, morning if you're on the West Coast. I don't know. Um, Posting this today, one, because I need to post something today to keep my streak going, and two, because I said a long time ago that I was going to do these regularly, and I've never pulled it off. Just like my journal over here on my desk, I keep it on my desk so I will see it and remember to write in it, and I still don't do it. Um, just wanted to check in, as it says above my head here. I've really got nothing going on abnormal personally. I'm in a really good mood, and that's important because those of you that have known me for a while know that I've struggled with that for my entire adult life. I am fantastic mood wise. Like, the world sucks, my my love life sucks, all that sucks. But I am fantastic. I no longer wake up sad that I woke up. Um, Had a hell of an end of January, early February. We saw my paternal grandmother, my dad's mom. She passed away, um, and we were never close. I'm not close with any of my family really. Even my immediate family, like there's a distance between my brother and I, me and my dad, me and my mom. I've talked about the mom one before with the politics, but I was more upset that I didn't feel upset that my grandmother died, and that's what I spent time processing, was the nature of our broken familial relationship, my broken familial relationships, and how it didn't affect me, that someone that should be very dear to me as my grandmother didn't bother me. I was not sad. Um, so that was a lot to process. I had a family hospitalization, which I'm not going to detail here because, you know, it's not my hospitalization. If I was the one in the hospital, I would have talked more about it, because I always have. But I had that dealing with it, and then the same day that hospitalization happened, someone that I care very deeply about and that was supposed to be like my forever best friend, one of my forever best friends, I should say, um, decided that they just can't do it right now. Maybe forever. I don't know. So that was heartbreaking. And I didn't really get a thorough explanation. It was just, um, reasons. So that sucked. All of that sucked in different ways. But also at the beginning of February, a friend that I have not seen in 20 fucking years, this May. I left Texas when I got out of the Air Force in May of 2005. And in February of 2025, my best friend Jen from Texas, came up because she works for the DoD. She's in the military housing office, and they had to come up here to Dayton to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base for some training, and so we took advantage of that and hung out a bunch of times. Sometimes it was just simple me, her, and her coworker getting dinner. Other times it was, me taking her to my favorite ice cream place, Young's Jersey Dairy, up in Yellow Springs, Ohio. If you're in the area, you have to try it. It's so good. Um, and then the Dayton Art Museum, we went to that. That was like the basically what we did while she was here. And just hung out and talked face to face for the first time in 20 years. We've stayed in touch pretty much consistently. We've had a couple like 6-7 month gaps in there, but we've always talked, we've always texted, we've always phone called, stuff like that. In fact, if you listened to the podcast we used to have, at Polynerdic, we had her on a couple of times. I had her on the podcast a couple of times for different things. Um, Really, just one of my favorite people of all time, and I guess currently my only favorite person since the other one did what they did. Uh, so that was great because that kept me healthy minded while I was dealing with all that chaos. Because work's been rough again. I'm not where I was last year, around this time, but it's been kicking my ass. The world news events, that all that's been kicking my ass. Uh, I just I don't like a lot of things that are going on, and financially, as much as I loved having my friend here, uh, it did cost me more in gas than I usually do. I usually fill up once every 2 weeks, and I had to fill up 3 times that week, which kind of janked up my budget for the month and has made things more difficult than I expected. That, and I had to buy 4 new tires. I only wanted to buy two, but I ended up buying four because mathematically I save money that way. But it also like pushed the mildly fucked up budget into completely fucked up. So that's been my main stressor since all the bad stuff at the start of the month ended, start of February ended. Um, but I'm good. Like I can't stress how good it feels to say that I'm good. I'm cheerful. My weight's down. I don't know if you can see it in my fat face here. I know you can see it a little bit in my neck. I'm down to 213. I haven't been 213 since I was 20. I'm aiming for 200 even. Um, and then I want to bulk up a bit because I've got fucking birdie ass arms. Like there's no muscle on that thing. Look at that thing. Look at it. I've got a beer keg of a torso, broad shoulders, big ass head, and little tiny arms. And I got to do something about that. But yeah, things are good overall. As I said earlier, love life, social life, that stuff sucks. But this guy right here is doing good in here. I've got my cat. He's right here on my lap. He jumped up this is my second take of this, and he jumped up immediately as soon as I started talking. It's like he heard me talking into the microphone. He's like, I gotta come sit. I gotta come sit and purr, and sleep because he's a sleepy guy. But I'm good, everybody. Like it's wild. I just had a doctor's appointment Wednesday, and that's where I found out I was 213 pounds. My blood pressure's good. My all my numbers are good. We didn't do blood work, so I don't know if the leukocytosis is gone. Because I've had elevated white blood cell count for almost 2 years now. Um, my previous doctor thought I had leukemia. Like that's where we're at. Um, no one's been able to figure out what that's about after multiple labs and whatnot. We'll see, I guess. But things are good, as good as they can be in the current environment. And I just want to let you know that things are good because, like, it's. I keep saying that. I keep using the word good. Things are phenomenal in the mental and physical health space, and I've got my hobbies. I've got, I've been reading a couple games that I've had the rule books for a while, like Cyberpunk, which of course got me back into the Cyberpunk game. And there's a game called Triangle Agency, which is kind of like Control or Delta Green, but you're a corporation, you're an employee of a corporation instead of a government agent, which I think is a novel take on it. Especially since the lore and rulebook and stuff are very much written with that in mind, and like tongue-in-cheek HR guide kind of thing. The GM of that game is actually a character. You're not just all the characters in the game. You have a role, which I guess isn't all that different than any other role playing game. And I've also been reading a game called Ten Candles, which it kind of reminds me of Trophy Dark, in that it's a game that when you're playing it, you have to go into it knowing you're gonna die as a player. Like, it's going to end badly for you. And it's got this atmospheric rules as written, where you play in a dark room with 10 tea candles and like a metal bowl that you can burn stuff in, and then each time a candle goes out, you're closer and closer to the end of the game. fucking love conceptually this game. Haven't got to play it yet because, as is the case with almost all of those on my shelf behind me, I collect rule books. I don't play role playing games. I just collect the rule books. But that's where I'm at, everybody. For those of you that care, I assume there's a handful of you out there. Things are good. I'm healing. I'm the best me I've ever been. That's what I keep saying. Like, every day I'm a little bit better, which means every day I'm better than I've ever been. I have sad days. I have days where I get lonely. I have days where, I just want to sleep all day. It's not, don't have the energy because I'm burnt out. I've been burnt out since I was in night shift security, and unfortunately, with burnout, jumping job to job to job, or even staying in a job for a long time. I left night shift security 6 years ago. This is the second job since then. I was almost at 3 years at the prior job, the between job between security and now, and I've just shot past 3 years at this place. And as much as I love the company that I work for, the hospital that I work for, I do not love my job. But I've reached a point mentally where I'm no longer melting down about how much I don't love my job. I don't feel like I'm radioactive anymore, like I was before, back in the before times, 2019 to 2021. Unfortunately, it cost me a lot to get here, and that's what I was making that point just a second ago to wrap this up. My doctor, when I was talking to her on Wednesday, I said, I am obsessed with the novelty of feeling good. I have felt like shit for so fucking long in my life that to feel good every day, especially in here, like my body's felt fine a variety of different times. Like I was in the Air Force, I was fucking in peak physical condition for a couple years there. But my brain was never right. I've never been a happy guy naturally. Like, I have happiness, obviously, but like to wake up first thing, I'm a fucking morning person now. Like, that's wild. So that's what I was saying to my doctor. I think the novelty of being in a good mood is amusing to me, and I hope it lasts. I don't want to ever get to where this feels so normal that I take it for granted. Like I took for granted the depression I was in. I like it being novel to be in a good mood, and that's where we're going to leave it. I hope you are having a fantastic day wherever you are. I hope life isn't kicking you around too badly. Because for the vast majority of us, it certainly is relentless. I'll see you in the next video, whatever that may be. Yeah, that's it. Like, follow, subscribe, find me all over the internet. Until next time.